Hello everybody, welcome to the Common Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to give you my top 5 problems with The Force Awakens. I didn't love The Force Awakens. I very, very much liked it. I've seen it twice, and I've seen it twice for one reason and one reason only. I've seen it twice in the movie theaters. So there's only 5 movies I've ever seen twice in the movie theaters. This is one of them, and I've seen it twice for one reason, so I could get my, feels right, because there was something I didn't feel about that first scene. So the second time I felt a lot better about it, but at the same time, it's definitely I was thinking about this the other day. Out of the top $5 billion movies of all time, it's like if I had to range them, for me, it'd definitely be the Avengers and this second. Because it was enjoyable. It was a fun movie. It was enjoyable. There was some new characters, and it was still a fun movie no matter what I say here. So don't let that ruin you. I gave it an 8.9. I said it's the second best movie of the year. So, I mean, regardless of what I say, I enjoyed Star Wars. But there are some glaring problems that, a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans are trying to overlook these. And, there are some things that people are just kind of and I feel like I should point them out. Because, that's what I'll have a channel and I can do that. So why not do it if I have a channel and point these issues out? So here we go with my top 5 problems with Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Number 1 is lack of creativity. They have new characters, but the characters themselves really aren't new. Now, it's basically, if you haven't heard it a billion times, it's almost a carbon copy of A New Hope. To the T, to a protagonist, a Jedi protagonist who wears a black suit with a damn thing that enhances his voice, and he's a Skywalker. Spoilers. You know what? I'm gonna just tell everyone now. Spoilers gonna be in this. Spoilers. So leave now. Come back and look at it. Spoilers. I already gave one away now. But yeah, to one of the main bad guys being, the apprentice of the main bad guy being a guy in a black suit, and we got shit trying to things that enhance his voice and whatnot, and even to his headmaster being this smoky guy in a cloak and kind of looks like a Sith Lord, to the main to the bot, to a BB-8 unit holding something inside of it, like a key or something, just like in the first one, to finding the main, and then he runs into the main hero on a sandy island, trying to work hard for a living. It is really beat by beat almost the exact same movie, and it is really jarring sometimes. While I was watching it, I'm just am I watching the exact same movie? There's new characters, but they're not really doing anything new-ish, Hell, even the whole, idea, oh, it's a Death Star. Oh, no, it's 2 times bigger than the Death Star. I'm really? That's what you guys do? They really don't do anything. An old fan favorite dies, by the hands of the guy in a black suit. I was just jeez, man, this is a really beat. He falls off of a freaking, it was on a, man. This movie really does go beat for beat for The Force Awakens, which to be fair, it's my number 1 reason that bugged me. It's really the biggest thing that bugged me, but at the same time I was kind of just well, at least it's not awful, you know what I mean? I was at least you're copying something good. It's kind of like Ant-Man and Iron Man, when people were saying that, oh, well, it's kind of just because Ant-Man didn't copy it, the premise was kind of a copy, but it wasn't exactly. But it was very mixed match. There was different things going on because he's a robber and whatnot. But at the same time, it's if you're gonna copy something, copy the best. So I will admit that they copied the best. So it's yeah, okay. Number 2. Oh my goodness. Number 2. Captain Phasma. What happened? They kind of built her up, and in my head, and especially in my head too, but they kind of built her up she was going to be Kylo's right-hand chick, because it's a chick, right-hand chick, and she's going to be this badass soldier. You gotta, in the way she walks, and then she's just intimidating all the other troopers, you just figured, holy shit, she's this badass stormtrooper. She whatever she had to do to get here, she's a badass, and you do not want to fuck with her. You figured, in my head, this is what I figured it was going to be. I figured it was going to be Rey versus Kylo. I figured, Finn would fight her like in like a battle, and she'd just be like, "Oh, I'm better than you," and all this other shit, and Finn would prove that he's better than her. But like, I thought it was gonna be something like that. I thought it was gonna be something, but it wasn't. Like, they got rid of her so fast. They just tossed her away. They like, and I hate to compare this movie to this because this movie's way better than the movie I'm gonna compare her to. But she's like that chick from Man of Steel who was whooping Superman's ass, and they just kind of shoot her away. That's what they did with Phasma. They just shoot her away. I'm sure she's gonna be back, maybe, but I don't even know what happened to her. Like, is she in a trash compactor? How are they gonna explain she's surviving the planet blowing up? Because obviously they don't have enough time to freaking just like, if she's in a trash compactor, then maybe she's floating in outer space. Who knows? Like, I don't know how they're gonna explain what happened to her. And like someone else pointed out, she's supposed to be this hardcore like freaking captain, and she just depowered down the freaking systems like, oh, fine, power down the systems. I was just like, what? It was a little jarring to me. So Captain Phasma was definitely one of the biggest letdowns in this movie. I really was let down by that. Really was let down. Really. Number 3, I'm not completely sold on Rey in that Force thing because it felt so rushed. Like, in all the other Star Wars movies, like, you have to train to use the Force. Luke didn't just, and Anakin is considered one of the greatest and strongest, like, unique, like, naturals, like, period, in Star Wars. So, but he didn't see him just using the Force and shit, even though he was like even though he was kind of a kid, but you didn't see him just using the Force and being ridiculous with it and shit. Like, no, because Anakin didn't have to. Well, no, because Anakin didn't have any training. Anakin ended up being one of the strongest people to use the Force. So I'm a little like, how could Rey just immediately, like, never used the Force before in her life, but she just knows how to use it. Like, it was a little, like, I'm just like, I can't buy that, man. Like, you gotta, like, and, like, a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans just, like, coming up with all these excuses for why she, no, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. And it's gonna come back up in another scene that, in one of my, I'm gonna combine these two scenes together to make one slot, but yeah, and it doesn't make sense. Like, she just ran, like, it really felt rushed. Like, just some of the things she could do, like, first, like, she can fight Kylo Ren for the lightsaber and bring it to herself. I'm just like, dude, I don't care if he's wounded or not. This motherfucker stops gunfire in midair. Ain't no way in hell you ain't never used Force before, and you're gonna just beat him in that kind of contest. Ain't no way you never used Force before. I can understand her, like, resisting, like, her kind of pushing and showing him, whoa, she can resist. But I don't think she should have actually resisted. I think he should have still been able to reach into her head and get the information, because she's not strong enough yet. Because she shouldn't be strong enough to beat him yet. Injured, not injured, or not. Like, that's what I was just thinking in my head. I'm like, she shouldn't. Because she's just not that damn. He's just ridiculous. I mean, so that's one little thing, which I'm gonna follow with my number 4, which is that final fight scene. Not, you know what? I'm gonna even add it up. That final fight scene in the scene where Han died. I didn't like the execution of it, as my friend Seth also said. I didn't like the execution of his death. He saw it coming a mile away, and the way they executed it was like, it kind of took me out a little bit, because I was just like, oh man, Han's gonna die. Cool. Like, that's why I thought I was going to get all emotional and stuff, but I didn't care, because I didn't care about these two characters enough. I cared about Han, but I didn't care about Kylo enough, because I hadn't spent enough time with Kylo. I hadn't, like Darth Vader, you spent an entire movie with Darth Vader and realizing how bad he is before you even heard that father thing. That was way at the end. Kylo was like, oh man, that's sad, but okay. And I knew he was going to die, because they're going beat for Force. So, yeah, A New Hope. So I was like, that scene was kind of poorly executed. I mean, I did like that Chewie snapped and shot someone, but someone else pointed out I didn't like the reaction from Leia, and I didn't like some it could have done a better job. And the final fight scene, once again, I'm gonna quickly go through it. I didn't like how she just sat there, she's losing, and just closed her eyes. I believe. And then pop back up and she can whoop ass. I'm just like, oh, come on. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I really did. Like, I was just like, dude, come on. Like, she don't have to, like I was like, they could have come up with so many creative ways. Like, this movie has so much lack of creativity. They could have come up with a creative way to take down the Death Star other than just blow it up. They could have came up with a way to for her to beat, Goddamn, always forget. It's Kylo Ren, other than he prayed really hard and popped back up and she can win. Like, they could have come up with so many different ways to execute so many different scenes in this movie, but they just decided not to. They played it way too safe. And my number 5, which is kind of blanking on me now all of a sudden. What the hell was it? It's blanking on me all of a sudden. Was it a character? There's so many, and I'm trying to compact them into a 5 because that was one of the problems I have with this movie in general. There is a lot of problems with this movie. For everything it does good, it does good enough. It does just a great amount of good things that I can overlook the bad things, but it's a lot more bad things, little nitpicky bad things to a degree. But like, it is what it is. I mean, the movie was. Oh man, I really didn't like that scene with those lizards things when they first meet Han. I didn't really like that scene either. That scene was like out of the blue. Like, I thought I liked the beginning of the scene because it was funny, but I didn't get why the lizard thing didn't just eat Finn. Am I the only one who thought that when the lizard thing grabbed Finn? I was just like, why didn't it just eat Finn? Like, there's so many things that happen in this movie sometimes that make you just go. Like, I was like, why didn't it just eat Finn? Like, I was just like, okay, I guess he didn't eat him because he's special, I suppose. And then there's this whole deal, and then I didn't exactly accept Finn's emotions. Like, he just seemed too random and just so sporadic. Like, I'm like, first you're scared to kill people, then you can kill stormtroopers like it's nothing. And I'm like, I know a lot of people are like, I know I told my friend this, and I was like, those are on the family you knew. I mean, most of these men you grew up with since you were a child, and you could just mow them down like they're fucking, like they're goddamn nothing. But I'm like, I'm not buying his emotional connection. And like, hell, when the dude's a traitor, I was like, yeah, he's a fucking traitor. I mean, yeah, he's a traitor. If he would have did it without killing anyone, then maybe I would have like, yeah, he just doesn't want to go his own way. But he's just murdering you guys in drones. But he had a problem murdering not too long ago. Oh, he can fight that battle, can't he? I'm just like, I don't know, man. I will tell you one thing I do like. I hope him and Ray hook up because that's awesome. That's good for business. But anyway, that's all I got. Well, actually, it's not all I got. I got a lot more. But I'm going to cut it short here at 12 minutes. Thank you for joining me on the Copycat Movie Show. Like and subscribe. And tell me what you did not like about the movie, too.